Welcome back for another installment of Book and Breakfast. It's November. How did we get here? Don't ask me. It's all been a blur. But today we're back with more bookish goodies. We are closing in on 2025, okay? And the books keep coming. Like it doesn't stop. Not only are we going to be talking about our October book pick of the month, The Secret Life of Maggie Gray by Granger, we're also going to be choosing our next book club read. There's so much bookish news, so many bookish things happening, so many good things, and a ton of new releases, because even though it's Q4, it doesn't mean we're slowing down. No, not babes. We're ramping up. So if you are interested in sitting down, baking some of the most moist and delicious and flavorful sweet potato coffee cake you ever had, and just getting into all of these bookish things, bookish news, and new releases, then just stay tuned.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we are making the most delicious sweet potato coffee cake. I figured with the theme for book club, like we had to go a little, Southern comfort, We're in an HBCU, we're doing Black AF things. We got to throw some sweet potatoes in there. So to go along with this delicious recipe, of course, we did read The Secret World of Maggie Gray by Granger, and boy, did I have a good time. Let's talk about Miss Maggie Gray, okay, because her story is an interesting one, and definitely started off a little differently than I expected. So we're set in a secret underground magical university. When we're introduced to Maggie, she is in class in one of her graduate study programs, and she's supposed to be presenting for a project, but Maggie is like a deeply unserious person, and she decides to share the story of her grandmother, and it's a very sordid tale of a young woman finding a group of magical black beings and subsequently being sexually assaulted by their leader and thus having her mother. Now, of course, Maggie's like, yeah, no one's gonna believe me. I've never really believed this. I just thought this was like some woo magic shit. But the professor is like, nah, we need to chat. So when he pulls her into his office and tells her, not only do I believe you, but I have a program that you need to go to, she's very much confused. And this is how Maggie enters the world of Drew Collins University. Drew Collins was founded by the first family, a family of vampires, who are heavily feared within the mythical black magical community. At Drew Collins, this is supposed to be a place where black majestics can come and learn more about their history and their culture, and those who have magical inclinations can learn to practice and wield their magic. Maggie doesn't fully understand what she is, right? And when she goes into this underground world, she has everyone on edge. She has the most prominent mark of the beast that she can have in her white hair. And so she is not only believed to be a vampire, but she is believed to be the reincarnation of the mother of the vampires themselves. Okay? Now, what I loved about this story is that we're not just getting the story of Maggie, but we're getting so many different pieces of the first family and all of these different creatures as well. So initially we're introduced to Susie, who is a witch and a priestess, and we're also introduced to Asha, who is a very rare siren. And they come together to form their own friend group, and that friend group continues to grow as the story moves. But we also have kind of like a star-crossed lovers thing going on. And one of the professors and coaches on campus, his name is Namir, and he is a werewolf. And of course, you know, if we have vampires, we gotta have werewolves, and we have to have them going for each other's throats. Now, what Maggie doesn't know is that the professor that sent her to this university is also a part of this werewolf pack, and they are all invested in taking down the first family. And they believe that Maggie is the perfect way to do so. And so the goal is to try to kind of get Namir into Maggie's line of vision and try to distract her, try to use her in order to get to the first family. But things don't really go as planned, because the story that Namir thinks he knows about vampires and about his people isn't 100% the real story. Not only is it not 100% the real story, but it's a history that is doomed to repeat itself. Guys, this was so good. When I tell you, it's everything that you want within like a mythical, magical university setting. It's black as hell. We get those HBCU vibes. We get that Southern culture and hospitality. And everybody is very much like serious, but also just not giving a fuck. I love learning about the different mythical creatures in this world. I love learning about all of our girls. I love the friend dynamic. Just everything about it was my vibe. It was such a good read. It was perfect for this season. And I'm already moving on to book 2, The First Family, because yeah, Granger did that. This was such a good read, and definitely has put me on to Granger's game for sure. I was not familiar with her game, but I am now. So I hope you guys enjoyed our book club read. And of course, I hope you guys try out this recipe. It was absolutely delicious, super moist and decadent, warming and comforting. And I think the perfect Southern Comfort addition to our perfect Southern Comfort magical read.
I love me some coffee. All right, y'all, that was another bomb recipe as well as another amazing book down. I ate this universe up. So many of you guys said you did too. All of my friends ate it up. We are now moving on to book 2. We enjoyed it. So now it is time to choose our next book of the month pick for November. So I decided that for the theme this month, I wanted to just kind of give an ode to fall, all of the November good vibes. And to me, and I think to many Black women around my age, Shonda Rhimes was responsible for so many of our good vibes and heartbreak in the month of November. So this month is dedicated to Shonda Rhimes. We're doing our book club TGIT style. These are all books that have that kind of like scandal vibe going on, that give very much Shondaland energy. I have 4 picks for us to choose from, and they are all phenomenal. So let's get into it. First things first, we have The Illusion of Power by J.L. Seegers. This is book 1 in her Passion and Politics series. And when I tell y'all, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. We have a future first lady that's navigating her husband's infidelity while he is on his presidential campaign run. Not only does she not expect to have to deal with his philandering ways, but she doesn't expect to start falling in love with 2 of the men who are protecting her. 2. It's giving scandal, it's giving politics, and it's giving white shoes. Yeah. If you're here for those vibes, go ahead and vote for The Illusion of Power by J.L. Seegers. You can go ahead and put it in the comments, but a lot of y'all don't be following directions. I love you, but you don't. So I'm just gonna put up a poll and y'all can vote that way. So make sure you check. I will have the poll later up this evening, so make sure you're checking out for that. Then we also have Cinderella, Once Upon a Politician by Danielle Brooks. I've heard so many amazing things about this book. This is basically a one magical night with the town mayor, turns into a scheme set up by Todd to fake date him and help save his reputation as he goes on to his run for governor. Yeah, we love a little fake dating. We love a little first lady energy. So if you're feeling Cinderella, Once Upon a Politician by Danielle Brooks, make sure you vote for that, either in the comments or in the poll later on this evening. Hi, Sweet Pea. Then I had to put The Art of Scandal by Regina Black in here. This is following a woman who catches her husband in the act on a night that is celebrating him. She sees some spicy texts that were meant for someone else that accidentally went to her. They end up striking a deal because he is heading toward the White House and he does not need any more scandal. So they strike a deal that she gets $1 million, she gets to keep the house, but she has to continue putting on this facade of the perfect future first lady. But she meets a man. And he has his own skeletons in the closet. And of course, it doesn't matter how much you try to ignore the scandal is going to come, whether you want it to or not. So if you're feeling The Art of Scandal by Regina Black, make sure you go ahead and vote for that one. And then last, but absolutely not least, from one of my favorite authors, this will be a reread for me. But look, it's so good. I could reread this again once a year and have a good time. This is Darling Nikki by Kenya Gori Bell. This is book 3, I think, in the Blood Legacy series. Now, in comparison to all of these other books, the Blood Legacy series is dark, I will warn you. So the MMC is one mean motherfucker, okay? He's mean. Just so you know. Just so you know. Don't come back to me saying, Brie, why is he so mean? I told you he's mean as hell. So we have kind of like a star-crossed lovers thing going on here. Okay, we have Nikki and we have Matthias. Many moons ago, he hits her with his car and ends up taking her in. But the relationship, the friendship is a little bit more sordid because she has always had a little bit of a thing for him. He's always kind of tried to ignore her. But they're also both from rival families. Nikki is a Love and Matthias is a Shelby. And the Loves and the Shelbys have had a long-standing rivalry since the days of slavery in the fictional town of Shelby Love. Things blow up between Nikki and Matthias because they have been trying to avoid one another, but all of the things that he has been hiding come out to light, and he believes that she is the one that put all of this out there. So in order to save their reputations, she has to go and marry him. And when I say they don't make it easy for each other, they don't make it easy for each other. There's so many things going on in this book. And when I tell y'all it was so good, it was a lot, but it was so good. Even though this is not book 1 in the series, it is an amazing place to start because it bridges the gap between everything. So you don't really get any spoilers, but you do. You do get all the history. So it is still a great place to start, even though it's not book 1. So let's go back over these again. We have The Illusion of Power by J.L. Seegers. We have Cinderella, Once Upon a Politician by Danielle Brooks. The Art of Scandal by Regina Black. And Darling Nikki by Kenya Gori Bell. Make sure you vote in the poll when I post it. And you can also voice what book you would like to put here. And I will count that towards the poll as well. Go ahead and talk about some of the things that I'm loving, because if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna put y'all onto a book. All right, so first things first, let's talk about what I'm currently reading. I'm filming this on Halloween, so we're getting the spooky reads down. I'm working on Honeysuckles by January Rayne, which was it's absolutely insane. Makes me question my morals a little bit, but also I kind of like, Mama, I love him. Creed, like I love him. We have our kind of like mutated monster Creed. He was kidnapped as a regular human. He was tortured by scientists. They've done all these different experiments on him, and now he is not just human anymore. He's part werewolf, part vampire. Man's got tentacles in places he shouldn't have tentacles, and super strength. He got some dragon in him. He has all these different things working in him. And the biggest issue for Creed right now is that all of these different mythical creatures that he has been smoshed into have one singular call, and that is for their mate. And their mate just happens to be Demi. She is this adorable pink-haired diner owner. And when she meets Creed, he's creepy and he's kind of strange. And she doesn't even know what he fully looks like because he won't show her. But she's drawn to him, and he stalks her. He stalks her. He does some things. It's been really, really good, y'all. Like, I've been enjoying it. Is it absolutely insane? Yeah. Are some of the things that he does completely vile? Yeah. But he ain't human no more. I can't even act like he can help it, because he can't. He a whole problem. He's about 5 different problems. I'm enjoying it. I will say I did read the prologue and put the book down for a month because the prologue was a lot. It is a lot of torture and abuse towards our male main character. So just heads up. Just heads up. It was rough going in, but it has been a really good book. I am also, because I know y'all know that I was going to be in this. I'm on Kenny Gorabell's art team. So Desperado just dropped. It officially came out yesterday. I am 50% through my arc, so I will be doing a formal review here and on TikTok for that one, because I do love me some KGB. This is Snake and Saban's story, y'all. I love it. I feel like Kenya really went back and took her time with this one. You guys know this book got pushed back quite a bit. It was supposed to come out over the summer. But so far I'm having a really good time. I was desperate for Snake's story. Kenny Gorabell is one of those authors that you know what you're going to get up front. Like, you're going to get a curvy black FMC. You're going to get a mean ass man, you know, you're going to get a whole lot of spice, but you're also going to get history and nods to the culture as well. So deeply enjoying that one. Cannot wait to share my full thoughts with you guys once I finish. And then tonight, I'm on a novella kick. I wanted some Halloween novellas, so what I'm going to be reading tonight is a little mishmash of Halloween novellas from Black authors. We have Boot Up by Nina High, Don't Run by Shon. Both of those are fresh releases from this week, and I'm excited to get into them. Then we also have You Hide, I'll Seek, and Witch-trapment by M.L. Bash. I've heard amazing things about both, and I cannot wait to get into them. It's gonna be me, my bed, some blankets, a heating pad, some ibuprofen, and my books. Yeah, that's what it's about to be tonight. Let's go ahead and get into some bookish news because we have a lot. I am so excited. First things first, the books that really just have been it for me in both the dark romance and the Why Choose realm of all bookish things. The Loser's Duet from Harley LaRue. Those of you who have been watching Harley LaRue, I'm sure you've been waiting. I've been waiting on it too. I just wanted to know if it was going to happen. The Loser's Duet is getting traditionally published through Kensington Books. Eee! I'm so excited for Harley LaRue. I adore these characters. Like, they are some of my favorite characters. Just in general, the story and their coming together and all of these things are so complex and deep and rich. And it's one of those books that will, if you have a limit, you'll find out. I didn't think I had a limit until I got to the very end, and I was like, that gold, yeah, that one for me. But outside of that, I had a great time. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I've actually been itching for a reread. So they are going to be traditionally republishing The Loser's Duet and The Dare. If you guys remember, The Dare has been blacklisted from Amazon for a long time. The Dare is the prequel novella to The Loser's Duet. So this is where this initial inclination of Jess and all of the guys getting together kind of becomes that initial reality. It happens, it's a Halloween novella, so it happens at a Halloween party. They meet. Jess was like the prissy cheerleader, and Manson was kind of like that ostracized weirdo kid that got that was like always getting kicked out of school and in trouble all the time and stuff like that. And he's always had a thing for her. She's always had a thing for him. They meet up, and he's like, you know what? Okay, cool. Let's play this game. We're gonna do a dare. And if you lose this game, you have to basically be my sex slave for the night. And she did. Oh, she did. So obviously that content apparently was a little too much for some people. So it has been blacklisted from Amazon for a while now. But it is a requirement. Just do know there is a mask scene in there. So if you don't like clowns and stuff like that, just be aware. But it's really, really good. You do definitely need to read that before you read The Loser's Duet, because it adds more to the story. So congratulations to Harley LaRue. I love to see my faves out here winning. Then we also have a new announcement from Deanna Gray. Her next book, The Case of Elmwood Ranch, is coming out in July 2026, and this is going to be another sapphic new adult romance. A lot of people get confused when I say new adult. New adult is not young adult, y'all. They're not the same thing. New adult is going to be like kind of in that younger branch of adulthood, but there's still spice, all of that good stuff. New adult and young adult, they're not the same thing. I am excited to get into this one because I loved Outdrawn. Outdrawn was so good. So good. So I'm excited to see what this one is giving. It looks super duper cutesy already. Then we have The Davenports. If any of you have read The Davenports, it is a YA historical romance that is kind of based around a real family. So The Davenports is definitely giving like young Black Bridgerton vibes. This has been picked up by Amazon, and we did get confirmation this week, this month, that they are moving ahead with the adaptation. They have invited new writers, showrunners, all of that good stuff. So I am excited for that one. I felt like I haven't finished The Davenports. I started and soft DNF'd it, but I did feel like it was a story that would make better for television, because it's not just each book being about one sibling. It follows all of them, so it can feel a little mismatched, and I feel like it's going to be so amazing on screen. And we finally have the end of an era. The Dark Olympus series is coming to an end from Katie Robert. She did announce the final book, which is Shattered Gods. It really is a true like full circle moment. We started with Neon Gods, we're ending with Shattered Gods. We did get the cover reveal, and Shattered Gods is going to finally be about Hermes. We've been following Hermes and whatever the hell she's had going on for the entire series, and we've been wanting to know what's up with Hermes, like who is Hermes with, like all this stuff. We're finally going to be getting all the details, and all of this is going to be coming to a head and an end. So I am really excited for Katie Robert. I know that she's going to be, once all of this has finally come out, she's going to be kind of transitioning into some other genre styles. So I'm excited for her. This really is going to be, like I said, the end of an era. And then we have Tati Richardson announcing her next rom-com. We have Struck Speechless coming out in 2026. The cover is super duper cute. I love me some Tati Richardson. I love that she gives us older characters. She gives us seasoned characters, and I love that shit. So immediately yes. Immediately yes. And then we do also have Kennedy Ryan finally announcing Score. This is coming out May 19th, 2026. I'm excited for this one. We've all been waiting. The cover is gorgeous. I'm here for this story. It is going to be a second chance romance situation. I'm ready. Listen, y'all know I love me some Kennedy Ryan. Love me some Kennedy Ryan. And I adore Real. So I just know Score is gonna hit me in all of my Black romance feels. I know it. Speaking of JL Seegers, we already talked about Illusion of Power, and there is another book coming at the end of this year. So we do have A Taste of Sin coming on the 12th of December. So if you've already read The Illusion of Power and you're just kind of waiting, she's coming. We have a cover, she's coming. And if we end up choosing that for the book club pick, I think that's gonna be like perfect timing. And then last but not least, we have the Bray event. Bray is here. The Black Readers Appreciation event is coming from the 5th through the 8th. So make sure you go ahead and tap into the Bray website. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty awesome event. I know AA Lewis has been trying to keep everything together. She's been going through a lot. I think her spouse is battling cancer. So definitely go and show support. If you know authors who are participating, just go and support. Just go and support. There were so many books, so many good books from last year. I still have books that I haven't been able to read yet, but like literally all from November through like January 1st, I was only reading books that I picked up from Bray. I had so many good ones, so make sure you tap into that, especially if you love Black books. You gotta tap into the Black Readers Appreciation event. If you guys want me to, I can do a haul of what I get from the Bray event, so just let me know down below. Right, now that we have gotten through all of that, so many good things happening, we have to talk about some new releases that are hitting for this month. Just so many good things. Like we still have so many good releases to get through, and it's like it's never ending because like, I'm already getting approved for ARCs for January, y'all. I'm like, no breaks. Bus, club, another club, plane, like, you know. So we in there, okay? First things first, of course, we just got Desperado from Kenya Gory Bell, another addition to the Blood Legacy series. And she is going to be continuing with this kind of series within a series by giving us more of the relationships with the bikers. So keep your eye out on that. She is coming with that. Then we have, let's see, on the 4th, we have a couple of things coming out. We have Son of the Morning by Akweke Emezi. I do have an arc of this. I haven't had the opportunity to start it yet, but I have heard so many good things from, I think, was it What's Up CC? Yeah, I think CC talked about this one. And I am going to be reading this regardless. So I am here for it. I love Akweke. Y'all know You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty is one of my favorite books. So gotta get into that. And then we also have a new release from Joelle Wellington. This is Girls Who Play Dead. And I'm pretty sure this is another like YA mystery kind of like suspense vibe. I loved their Vicious Games. Like that was one of those books that I finished the book and I was just like I had to sit there with myself. And even my mama, like she finished the book and she was like, Bree, what the fuck was that? It was so good, but it challenged so many different things. And it was one of those books that like you had to sit and just listen to it or read it in one sitting because you can't pull away from it. So Joelle Wellington is definitely an author that's up there for me, especially in the YA category. Definitely keeping an eye out for that. Then we have a couple of different releases on 11/11. We have Brigands and Bread Knives by Travis Baldree. This is the 3rd book in his cozy fantasy series. I'm currently working on the 2nd book. What is it? I don't even remember the name of it right now. That's terrible. But it's the 2nd book. The 1st book is Legends and Lattes. So I'm sure you know the one that I'm talking about. This series is like, it's very cozy. Like it's just monsters doing like regular shit. So there's like a little bit of upset in there, but it's not a lot. So I'm excited to get into that one. That one comes out on 11/11. We also have The Marriage Narrative by Clara Can coming out on 11/11. This has been a highly anticipated romance drop. I did actually receive an arc of this one. I don't know if I'll have it finished by the time it comes out, but I will be working on it. And then we also have Between Two Kings by Lindsay Staub coming out. This is the follow-up to Kiss of the Basilisk. So if you have already read Kiss of the Basilisk and you've been waiting on this, she is coming. I was supposed to buddy read that this month, but we haven't gotten to it yet. So hopefully we can go ahead and jump into that soon because I definitely want to see what the hype is about. Apparently they just be fucking. And I'm here for it. And then on 11/18, we have I, Medusa by Ayana Gray. This has been one of my most highly anticipated reads. I just started the book. Really, really excited. So far, it's really good. I love me some Medusa. Like, I am a classics girly. I am a mythology girly. Like, when I say I'm a mythology girly, your girl was at conferences. Like, I was that nerd that was doing stuff like that. And I had a great time. I love me some mythology, so I'm always jumping into anything that has that like mythological undertone to it. And I love me some Medusa. I don't think Medusa always gets what she deserves in the literary world. And so far, Ayana Gray is hitting it on the head for me. And then we also have Love You a Little Bit by Kasha Thompson. This one is exciting. We have a female country singer as our FMC, and I'm here for it. I've only read one Kasha Thompson novel. It was the one that has kind of like the same plot line as like Married at First Sight. I think it's called Sight Unseen. And that was really, really good. So I do need to read more from Kasha Thompson. So y'all let me know if you plan on getting into that one. And what are some of your favorite books by Kasha Thompson? And then on 11/25, we have Death in Diniguan by Mia P. Manansala. This is the closing book to the Tita Rosie Kitchen Mystery Series. You guys know this has been my series this year. I absolutely love it. And I am working very, very hard on catching up because I was sent an ARC through the publisher. I am on book 4 right now. I need to go out and buy book 5. And then I will be ready to jump into the last one. I'm so here for it. I love that series. If you haven't started it and you love cozy mystery, you gotta get into Tita Rosie. Oop, y'all, I missed one. Hold on. I don't believe I got this one. On 11/4, we do have Eternal Ruin by Tigis Gurma. I am going to be working on doing a reread of Immortal Dark with my bestie. And then I'm going to jump into Eternal Ruin. So this is the second book in the Immortal Dark trilogy. I believe it's supposed to be a trilogy. So I'm excited about that. Listen, that Immortal Dark had a lot of dissenting opinions on that one. So we're gonna see how that goes. I really enjoyed it. I made it like exactly 50% of the way through, had to put it down, and then never got back in the mood for it. It's very much like a October, November type of read. So I do need to go back and finish it. So it'll be a reread / finishing up for me. And then I'm gonna jump right into Eternal Ruin that comes out this Tuesday. And then we do have the re-release of, hey, get down. We do have the traditional re-release of the Book of Azrael, and that is coming out on 11/25. I think I talked about this in Bookish News earlier in the year. So it is coming out in a deluxe special edition. There's sprayed edges, artwork, all of that good stuff. So if you are a Book of Azrael lover, she is going to be out on 11/25 with, you know, some new accoutrement. So make sure you check that out if you are a lover of the book, or if you have been meaning to get the book and haven't gotten it yet. All right, baby dolls, that is it for this installment of Book and Breakfast. Thank you so much for pulling up. We have one Book and Breakfast left in 2025, y'all. One. I can't believe it. I'm really happy just with how I've come back and have been trying to work on building the community here. And it's so funny, like I'll hear from like friends or other people that I just know on the internet that are like, oh, my friend like watches your channel and she loves you. And I'm just like, really? Because, you know, it's different when you're building a community as opposed to like the one that I already have. And I love y'all. Like, we just chill over here. There's no pretense, there's no expectation. We just chill over here. And I love that. So thank you guys so much for riding with me, pulling up, enjoying the videos, engaging, reading the books with me. I love it all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of Book and Breakfast. I will have the link for the recipe to the coffee cake down below because that is not my original recipe. So I will have that creator linked down in the description box, as well as all of the other important information. And I am still trying to get StoryGraph right. Once I get StoryGraph right, y'all will have a new link. But for some reason, I can't get it to work the way it's supposed to. So we'll figure that out at some point. I will see you guys later, and make sure you come back tonight to vote for our book club pick for November. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.